Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So on today's video, I will talk about growth investing and value investing. I'm going to cover extensively about two stocks. I had already purchased them in the past. I have increased my position in these two stocks. So you will understand the specifics around how to value two different types of stocks. So that is the primary agenda for today. Just a very quick shout out to Mugdha Agre. So Mugdha Agre is an international player. She is trying to participate in 2024 Olympics and is training very hard. Due to pandemic, she has certain financial constraints. She made this post on LinkedIn, and as an ex-sportsman, I can understand the pain that she is going through. It is very difficult to compete at an international level without adequate financial support. So whatever money I'm going to make through this video in terms of ad revenues and sponsorships, it will be paid completely to Mugdha Agre. I'm coordinating with her and I've already commented on her LinkedIn post. So as I stated a few days back, I had done a separate post on this topic entirely, that through this channel I'm going to support organizations and individuals who are trying to make India proud but are not getting adequate financial support. So it would be my humble request that if you can go and amplify this message by Mugdha. I will post more details about Mugdha in the description box so you can check it out. Also, very quick shout out to Vested, who are the sponsors of this video. They have graciously agreed to support Mugdha as well. I personally use Vested for making US stock investments, and I will show you some of the live investments that I'm doing today. So with that said, let's get the video started. So the first stock that I'm going to talk about today is Alibaba. I had already made a separate video on Alibaba. I am bullish about the stock, but this is a value buying opportunity. Value buying opportunity in simple word means that this stock is available at a discount for the type of returns that this stock has generated in the past. The stock price has approximately fell by 35% over the last 6 months. So according to me, this is a good stock to buy. This is not a buying recommendation. I'm just simply trying to tell you that this great stock is available at deep discounts. I will also explain why I feel that this is a good stock. Yesterday, it fell by 10% and I purchased more of it. So very quickly, I would like to share 3 specific points about Alibaba that might help you gain more confidence about this stock. So first and foremost, the reason for the fall of Alibaba stock is that as per the analyst expectations, the recent results did not match up. So let us quickly read what the analyst prediction said and by how much has Alibaba missed its earnings. So Alibaba reported mixed financial results for Q1 financial year 2020 results. Its revenues grew by 12.1% compared to year ago quarter, which is good. However, the estimated revenue growth was 33%. So it's not as if that the revenues have not gone up. The revenues have gone up, but the revenue estimates that were predicted, they got missed. So as a result, there was thrashing of this stock on the stock market yesterday. Now you might say, okay, Akshat, we understand the point that the results have not been great, but can you quickly comment why is that the scenario? So there are a few key points that you need to remember. First and foremost, there have been structural changes in tech businesses in China. So there has been massive crackdowns on tech monopolies in China, and Alibaba being one such big monopoly. There has been friction between President Xi Jinping and Jack Ma, who is the founder of Alibaba, and President Xi Jinping has imposed certain sanctions and bunch of different government structures and rules on Alibaba, due to which the stock has been badly thrashed. There is no central financial problem per se in Alibaba, that there was some kind of mismanagement and bunch of different things. It's regulatory changes, it's policy related changes, it's China oriented and China specific changes that are driving the stock price down. So this is the first key thing. Now you would say, okay, makes sense, but don't you think that this will create more problems going ahead in the future? What if Chinese government imposes more sanction? Can they not do it? The answer is that they can, but they have already shown a lot of heavy-handedness, due to which the stock prices have tanked. There are no fundamental issues with the stock per se. Now, why do I say this? So take a look at this picture, and this actually fosters confidence in a company like Alibaba. So Alibaba recently announced, this was after the Q1 results, Alibaba announced that it was increasing its share repurchase program from $10 billion to $15 billion due to its confidence in its long-term growth prospects. So the company is very confident that it will come back on track, things will improve, share prices will improve, therefore it is buying its own stocks, which is a good sign. There is one final piece of information that I would like to give out regarding Alibaba. I had made a separate video on Alibaba, so you can check it out. So I'm keeping this part brief. So one final piece of information on Alibaba is that it has been successful in terms of expanding its new customer base outside China, right? So here is a small snippet for you. This was brought out in their management analysis. So here's the key point. The global active consumers across the Alibaba ecosystem grew by 62 million, up 5%, with half of that growth coming from outside China, right? So despite Alibaba facing a lot of heat in China, they have been able to successfully grow its customer base outside China as well, which is great news for a stock like Alibaba. Now you might listen to all these points, you might get very tempted that, hey Akshat, you know what, I'm going to sell my house and invest all my money in Alibaba. Please don't do that. Please take small positions only. In value buying, always take a little bit of position first. If the stock falls further, buy more. That is precisely what I am also doing. I'm not going and putting all my money in Alibaba right away. So according to me, I feel that Alibaba is a decent stock. It's a value buy. It might take some time for Alibaba stock to recover, but once things start looking up, it is going to give very good gains. So very quick summary, Alibaba good stock, missed its earnings, structural crackdown in China, therefore fall in stock price over the last 6 months. Good stock in the long term as per my understanding, good value buying opportunity. I am taking small positions. So on every dip, I will keep on investing a little bit of money. So let's move on to the second stock. So the second stock is Coinbase. I had made a separate video on Coinbase a couple of months back. Since that time, I had shot that video. Coinbase grew by approximately 27% in value since then. But it shed some of its gain yesterday because the crypto market over the last 3 to 4 days has been coming down. Now, once the stock crashed more yesterday, I went and purchased more of it. So this is me making the live investment. So very quick introduction about Coinbase, what it does. So essentially, Coinbase is a cryptocurrency exchange. So in a country like India, you have Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange where these stocks are listed. You go and purchase that from a certain exchange. Similarly, in Coinbase, it's a combination of BSE, NSE and Zerodha. So you can go and purchase your cryptocurrencies from something like Coinbase and store it on your exchange wallet itself. Now don't drop off just because I'm speaking about cryptocurrencies here. There are very important lessons that you need to keep in mind because fundamentally by analyzing the crypto space, you will learn a lot about how to value growth businesses. Now again, let me give you some pointed information about Coinbase. So first and foremost, why did the stock price fall for a stock like Coinbase? A, the entire crypto market is going down for the last 3 to 4 days. Therefore, the stock of Coinbase also came down with the entire industry. So that was one. There is no specific company related issue here. Second point, why the Coinbase share fell was that again, its earnings were estimated to be $1.51 billion, but it ended up being $1.31 billion. Not a massive gap, but because of the fact that Coinbase missed its earning forecast, the stock price came down. So now what is the primary difference between a growth stock and a value stock? This particular snippet will help you clarify that. So this is the word that came out from the management. They categorically said that, hey, don't value Coinbase as a quarter to quarter business. Don't start looking at that, hey, how much money did they make? How much money did they lose? It's a year on year, a decade long type of a business. If the crypto economy grows, Coinbase will automatically grow with it. So the bet that you need to take on a stock like Coinbase is that, hey, is the crypto economy going to grow? Your obvious question here would be that, Akshat, don't you think that Coinbase would have more competition and there will be more threats to Coinbase supremacy? Might be not. But what you need to keep in mind is that number one, Coinbase is the largest exchange in terms of volume. So here's a chart for you. This shows the volume of Binance and Coinbase and other platforms. So Coinbase is a listed platform in the US. Binance does not operate in the US from that perspective. So Coinbase is the leading player in the US, and as the crypto market develops, Coinbase and Binance both will grow with it. This is the first part of the equation. Second, crypto market is extremely lucrative. More players will come into the picture. Coinbase will have to cut down on its commission. Right now, the commissions on Coinbase are very high. As more and more players start getting into the crypto space, the commissions will come down. You will say, okay, would that not decrease the revenues? Of course, these will decrease the revenues. But the point is that the crypto market is growing at a massive pace. Now, this is a chart for you. Just take a look at it. This is the growth of Coinbase in the last 1 year alone. The user matrix grew by 84%, right? That is the first key point. Of course, 2020 was an abrasive year, a lot of money printing. So of course, Coinbase grew at a very fast pace. But having said this, the fundamentals of cryptocurrencies are already into existence. And if the crypto market grows, Coinbase will 100% grow with it, irrespective of how much competition enters. Why am I saying it? This part is very, very important. This happens due to Metcalfe's law, right? So what is Metcalfe's law? I will take you to Wikipedia and read this with you. So Metcalfe's law states that the value of telecommunication network is proportional to the square of the number of connected users of the system. Essentially, this is a theory that was developed for looking at the adoption and value of a telecom network. So for example, why do you think that Jio gave out so many free connections? Come and use Jio phones for free, right? You don't have to pay anything in the initial year. A lot of us did that. Why? Because they just wanted to improve the user adoption of the Jio network. Now what happens in any network, be it Airtel Bharti, be it Jio, be it Facebook or any social media networking site, if your friend is there, therefore you go on it. As 2 people join, 4 more join because they have to stay in touch with them. And the network keeps on growing exponentially. Now the same stuff happened with Zerodha to a certain extent in India, that in 2020, Zerodha gained a lot of ground. Now it is unbeatable from that perspective. Same is happening with Coinbase. That Coinbase has become so big in the US that there is no second player that is touching Coinbase in terms of its network adoption. So from this fact, it's very clear that Coinbase is a growth company. It is going to stay a market leader for the next few years very, very easily. And as the crypto market grows, Coinbase will grow with it. A lot of people talk about the fact that, you know what, crypto regulations will kick in any minute, any month, and then what happens to all this crypto game? Actually, interestingly, Coinbase is one of the only players in the crypto market that is trying to be well regulated and is on the right side of the regulators. I'm not saying that they will not have any brush-ups with the regulators, but Coinbase is doing a lot of things that is keeping them aligned with the regulators. This is a certificate that was issued by the regulatory authority in New York regarding Coinbase. You can check it here. Now, why did I say that Coinbase is a growth company unlike Alibaba? Because Coinbase, number one, is exploring new frontiers. Number two, it can launch a bunch of products through which it has not even started making money. There are numerous such opportunities, but let me point out to 3 specific opportunities that Coinbase is currently exploring. So number one, Coinbase is exploring something called as Coinbase Prime. It simply means that they are going to work with institutional investors in terms of bulk buying and trading opportunities in the crypto space. Now you'd say that, okay, Akshat, which big institutions are getting into cryptocurrencies? Lot of, like PayPal, Twitter to a certain degree, Square, which is again co-founded by Jack Dorsey. Bunch of different large institutional players are coming into the crypto space, and Coinbase Prime becomes one of the key enablers for these big investors to get into the crypto space. Now, as more and more institutions start to buy Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies, it is only a matter of time that this Coinbase Prime will become one of the primary revenue generating mechanism for Coinbase. The second platform that Coinbase is launching is called as Coinbase Commerce. It is basically an e-commerce aggregator very similar to Amazon, right? So Amazon, what does it do? It brings buyers with sellers. Similarly, if you have to buy through cryptocurrencies, Coinbase in cryptocurrency space can become very similar to Amazon, that they can create a platform, they are already doing it. They can create an e-commerce service where people are transacting not via cash, but via different cryptocurrencies. Now you might ask that, Akshat, okay, what if Amazon try to compete on this particular platform? Can they not do it? They technically can. I'm not saying that they can't, but there is a huge disadvantage that Amazon has on this cryptocurrency e-commerce, which Coinbase would not. Coinbase, because of the fact that it is a crypto exchange already, it has a wallet, right, where you store. For example, when you are purchasing your cryptocurrencies on Vault or any other crypto platform, you store it on the wallet itself of that crypto exchange. So if that money is there on Coinbase, then it will be easy for you to transact that rather than transferring that money to Amazon first and making the purchase via that. Because of the fact that Coinbase can solve this friction problem for you, this is again a great opportunity for Coinbase and can become a major growth area. Now the third is that Coinbase is offering products for developers. Now if you strip everything out about Coinbase, Coinbase is a tech platform, right? On top of that, different functionalities can be built. Now if developers get an incentive to build on the Coinbase network and launch new products in conjunction with Coinbase platform, it becomes a huge value generating growth engine for Coinbase going forward. These are just 3 functionalities that I spoke about regarding Coinbase. I can literally make a 1-hour video on Coinbase. But the bottom line that I'm trying to tell you is that you can't value a business like Coinbase, which is a pure growth business where the industry is also growing. The firm itself has a monopoly and is experimenting with various new revenue streams which look very promising. This is a complete growth opportunity, so please don't juxtapose it and start comparing it with something like Alibaba, right? Alibaba right now has become a deep value play. If you buy it at a decent price, hold it for a little bit, it is likely to give you good gains. These are some of the other investments that I made in the US stocks. Let me know which company videos would you like me to make. I will definitely do it. Do give it a thumbs up and support Mugdha. Just check the links in the description box. Thank you so much, and I will see you the next time.